Hey peoples, we're back with another video of Doki Doki Literature Club, and I was kinda planning to do another video this week or today, I'm not even sure yet. Don't quote me just yet, because I do got some work to do. I'm gonna get it done, don't worry. And also, I know the scenery looks a little different, but I thought the lighting might look a little better from this view. Do let me know if it's not, and then I'll go back to my original spot. But the other video that I was gonna make would be a Walking Dead video. I don't know. I've been wanting to play Walking Dead for you guys so you can see my reaction. Things of that nature. But anyways, let's go back to Doki Doki Literature. Right, what was her? Oh, that was her voice. Okay. Hi again, Bob. Also, I'm gonna read a little faster since I was told I was reading too slow. But also, I'm gonna try to make the videos a little shorter also, since people's attention span and things of that nature. Hi again, Bob. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. I can't run away. All of you basically trapped me in a corner, forced me to stay here. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Sadly, sort of. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. No, I was gonna say a comment. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it, it's worth it. In certain cases. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. My goodness, get off. You already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. Isn't this your first year? I'm sick. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. You're a lame. In a club room? Like it's manga, but I don't want to hear anything from you. Stuttering and everything. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Now all of a sudden. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys. He always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Indeed. Thank you for having my back, Sayori. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Should I really be doing all of that for you? I'm doing your chores for you. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. I can't say much because I almost set the house on fire before. But bear with me. I was making some ramen, right? And I was really hungry. So I forgot to put the water inside, and then I just put it in the microwave. I was just hungry. Almost everyone's did it before. I'm not the only one. Don't judge me. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Why are you jealous? You can be good friends. How come? You and him can become good friends too. Sayuri. Hmm? You're a good wing woman, but please stop putting me in awkward situations. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situations you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayuri. Me? Not really. Stop being embarrassed. Give me what you give me, whatever you plan to give me. Yeah. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal and it's really not. Siri's always listening. Oh my goodness. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Give me whatever you were going to give me. Is really that embarrassing? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Now you got Sayuri feeling sad. She shouldn't even be feeling sad. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. That was a good save. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. You got me a book? I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. You got me the book just so we can discuss it. I think her crush grew on me, guys. I don't know. Just a guess. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
Brother, this guy stinks!
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. She didn't pick it out because she thinks you'll like it. She picked it out so y'all can discuss it. That's all she really wants. Which isn't a bad thing, per se, I guess. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, looking for the freaking manga. Gonna be sassy and whatever, man. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. She got the book, so y'all. She's not slick. I know you're a motive, and I don't mind it either. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Yeah, you were staring too hard. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Yeah, alright, your face says it all. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, take your time. I'm waiting for the answer. I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Is that a... I don't want to say the book sounds, um, it sounds familiar when it's not even a real life book, so I'm going to stay silent. I just feel like I've seen that title somewhere. I really don't know where. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. How is this relatable, Yuri? And you're smiling. How is this relatable? Actually, I'll be patient. She'll probably say eventually. I hope. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. Okay, I should have waited. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... that's kind of dark, isn't it? Yes. I don't see how this could be relatable, or how this should or can be relatable, I guess. Unless her life has been dark. But it's such a, I guess, cutesy game. I wouldn't. What would I know, I guess? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Don't ha ha me. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri isn't to those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm, I'm rambling, aren't I? Wait, I was actually, like, I was immersed. Like, the book actually sounds interesting. Not just as the character in the game, but as, like, me myself. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. That's not, like, exactly bad. I guess the books are just more important in that moment. Yeah, it's like that. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Guess I'll never stop you. I really don't think you need to worry. Wowee, truck. That was loud. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Uh, that's... well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. Oh, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I step into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive, saying. You seem a little embarrassed. Or, is that the word? I think so. That's... I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. No, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. At this point, let's just popcorn read or something. You read one paragraph, I'll read the next, because my book isn't exactly my book. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? Now watch he says sorry again. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kinda difficult to turn a page, right? Here. What a change of perspective, wowee. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting. Oh, brother! It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I didn't notice her looking at me. Oh my goodness. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Wowie, don't make it weird, buddy. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh my goodness. Now she's gonna be second guessing herself even more. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I mean, there's not really a positive way to say that either. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. Oh goodness. What are you saying all of a sudden? Oh wow, you made her blush. No, she was already blushing a lot. Okay everyone. And you ruined her moment, Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. Our poem is good, bro. Stop being anxious. Not the best poem in or in Japan, I guess. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Wow, Sayuri. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Stop glazing her! Goodness! Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same, myself. Who should I show my poem to first? That's a great question. It sounded Sayuri. Just have a soft spot for it, that's all. I'm definitely most comfortable with sharing it with Sayuri first. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? You know, I don't want to say beginner's luck, but that sounds kind of, never mind, not a narcissist. Of course, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Lady, you were just hyping me up. Whatever. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. If I wasn't going to comply with the activities, I wouldn't have been here. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention that fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Thank you? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. We have a motive? Oh, that's actually your motive? Getting close to one of these girls? Oh, I don't want to call you an incel, but you're something, man. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Yeah, she literally dragged us here. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah? And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hee. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear Sunshine. Goodness. This video is gonna be longer than I wanted it to be, but it's fine. People with long attention spans, y'all gonna watch it, I hope. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. It was a good poem, or it is a good poem, but where did the I want breakfast come from? Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. Wowee. I made eggs and toast. Eggs and toast. Make some pancakes and bacon. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hee. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. I'll hold you to that. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess Yuri, since she was jumping a lot. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light. Exceptional. Dang, exceptional. I guess that's not bad, but it's like I'm getting a real rating on my poem. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. You know, this is my first day out here. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. Now you're analyzing it to tell me how it's mediocre? Whatever. You were just fooled. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I've kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Man, this is a lot of reading. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Goodness, nothing makes her happy. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody surprised it's a literature club. Okay, this video's running a little long, so I'm going to, after this poem, stop it right here. And then I'll continue this video another time. I'm not gonna put false hope out there, but I am going to continue the video another time. And y'all will see the rest of Monica and Natsuki's poems and things of that nature. But anyways, ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. If must be this one. Oh, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I like this. It's I'm pretty sure it's very metaphorical. Like, it's not supposed to be, I mean, it can be straightforward, but you're not supposed to take it straightforward. Why am I giving reviews like I'm the character? I mean, I kinda am. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Lady, my handwriting isn't that good. It's actually way worse. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Bob. Wow, I said my name. Anyways, I thought he would have realized it's supposed to be metaphorical. Really? I must have totally missed the point. You totally did miss the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solid, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that, or I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Take the compliments, lady. Goodness. Yours was impressive too, so nah, if anything I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? I'll show my next poem to... We'll see in the next video. But thank you guys for watching again. And yeah, no promises on when the next video will be out, because I was going to do later today, but I'm not fully sure. But it was nice making this video for you all. Thank you.